Welcome guys to my channel. It's the Card Boss here, where we talk about business, finance, strategy, investing, and of course, sports cards. Today I'm going to talk about a question that I commonly get through social media, and the question goes, how do I elevate my sports card business to another level? I'm doing this on a hobby. How do I bring it up one step further? I'm not talking about the quantitative side, whereby the typical buy low, sell high, buy 70% comps, etc., etc. Nothing to do with the quantitative, but more on the qualitative side. Okay, so today I'm going to talk about three things, okay, that you probably need to be aware of, okay, and maybe take some action and see how you can bring your business to another level. Okay, so some of these things you may look back and consider, maybe it makes sense, maybe it doesn't, but I'll try to share you my train of thought, and hopefully you guys get something out of it. Okay, so the first thing that you guys need to do, okay, you need to understand your strengths and weaknesses in this hobby. Okay, now that's not something easy to do. Okay, but let me just give you some examples of what are the kind of strengths and what are the kind of weaknesses. And we'll talk about the weaknesses first, because that's actually the easier thing to talk about. So for me personally, I'm kind of like a quiet guy. I got a YouTube channel, but I don't talk much most of the time. And because of that, I find myself extremely poor at doing sales, at closing sales. Even when I go to a card show, I wouldn't say it's daunting. I wouldn't say it's fear, but somehow I'm just not good at selling. And it's been like that for many, many years. I'm trained as an accountant, and of course there's this stigma that accountants can't sell. They sit in the office punching away at a keyboard, and that's mostly true. Okay, and of course I've kind of developed my presentation skills and social skills a bit better throughout the years. But when it comes to sports cards, I know that building relationships is important. I think if you talk about some people out there, whereby you need to put yourself out there so people know you, so the relationships will help you get deals and things like that. These are all true. Okay, but for me personally, it's not that I don't want to. I would love to, but I do recognize my own personal weakness that I can't actually do that well. Now I can do certain things to improve on it, but at this juncture, this is the one big glaring weakness for me personally. How about yourself? It could be other kinds of weaknesses, maybe geographical location, maybe family commitments. You can't spend a lot of time going around to shows. Okay, so maybe you got like 2 hours a day to work on your business. So how do you get the most out of it? So that could be some of the weaknesses. What about strengths? Okay, maybe strengths is kind of like the opposite of weaknesses. So if you're kind whereby you like to engage with people, you like to communicate, social media is your best friend. So some people are extremely good at social media, and they use that tool to the fullest. Okay, I'm not particularly good at that. I do have my IG page. I make some couple of posts, but some people really take advantage of that. How about some people who has the flexibility of moving around? Maybe you're a single guy, you're a car, put your stuff in the trunk, and then off you go. Different card shows, and going from place to place. So different people have different strengths and weaknesses, but more so you got to look at yourself and to understand what are your key strengths and what are your key weaknesses. Okay, because everybody who come into this hobby, they have the same intention. They want to buy the cards that they love, sell the cards they love, make some money in between. So that's the common thing that everybody does. But without understanding your strengths and weaknesses, it's hard to bring your game to another level. Okay, so when we talk about understanding your strengths and weaknesses, what is the second thing you need to do? Second thing is basically you need to address the weakness. Okay, now to take it another step is basically, like for my case, if I would say not so good at selling, so obviously I have to rely on third party to do my sales, marketplace platforms, eBay, Finex Collect, all, whereby I don't have direct engagement with the customer. Whereas, if I were to be the guy who has to go in card shows and sell stuff, I probably can do, but I won't be able to do it as well. So for me, taking advantage of internet platforms such as Alt or Finex Collect, in this case, works well for me. It may be different from you, okay? If your weakness is, for example, geographical, right? Maybe you're based in Alaska or you're based in some remote area. So obviously, there's not many access to in-person shows that you can go to. So you have to also to resort to online, all right? Or if, for example, if your weakness is basically maybe you only have 2 hours a day, okay? How do you maximize 2 hours a day? Or maybe if let's say your strategy is you're very poor at sourcing, you don't know how to buy cards, you don't know how to price cards, maybe you're just not good at checking comps. So maybe what your strengths is, maybe focus on sealed products instead. And how do you do sealed products? Well, you could buy, sell sealed products. That could be a way, to get access through distribution. You could buy in bulk, okay, so that you could mark it up and earn a little bit of margin. That could be one way as well. Or maybe you could do breaks. So that's one good way of trying to make a bit of profit from sealed products. So understanding the weakness is one, and then finding the niche that you can do to address that weakness. Third thing, harness your strengths. Go 150% to your strengths. Okay. So for me personally, I'm an analytical guy. Okay. I like to look at numbers. I like to look at strategy. I like to build stuff in my head. Okay. So because of that, I'm able to craft businesses, I'm able to craft strategies, and I'm able to do a lot of things behind the scenes. Now, I'm not good at facing, people facing, but I'm good at just sitting down on my desk here and planning stuff, strategizing, analyzing information, and looking at comps, looking at sales data. So these are my strengths. So for your case, you got to discover what is your strengths and go in 100%. Like I mentioned earlier, if social media is your strength, just build on social media. You'll be surprised of the large audience you can get. Now, maybe, not every one that follows you will translate into revenue, but you just get a fraction of percentage, right? That's all you need, to build a strong business. So whatever your strength is, go hard, go 100% or 150% in those strengths. So that's basically my 3 simple tips. Okay, so there's nothing really out of this world, right? So a lot of people just feels like they're stuck in a corner, not sure how to bring it up. But if you just know what you're good at and you know what you're not good at, work on the stuff that you're not good at, and capitalize the things that you're extremely good at. All right, that's it for this one. Thanks for watching, guys. Do like and subscribe to my channel. I've got more content coming in the future. Again, thanks for watching. Ka Boss out.